got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all. From working at all. From working at all.
Don't lay down and die because a new world order, the business of the day for the elite when they're coming to take your freedoms away.
Well, hello again, human beings from the planet Earth. And looking around today, you know, I'm trying to keep you guys up to date on the Burns thing, but this is such a mess, and it's so clear to me, and nothing is being done to help the Hammonds, or at least not from the majority, and certainly not from Pete Santilli. I wasn't even going to do anything more than what I've already done today, but when I listen to this, and I see that it's another step leading you to destruction, I have to present it, document it, because at the end of this, then there's going to be so many points, steps, led you right to hell. He wants you now to go protest outside of the FBI camp, the airport, or whatever. Hopefully with me just saying that, it's enough for you to say, well, that's not a good idea. And it's not a good idea. Protesting the FBI or the federal government is a great thing to do. Protesting them now outside of their encampment in the middle of an FBI investigation because of an armed occupation is probably not a good idea, because then you are hindering a federal investigation, a felony. Hindering a federal investigation while armed, because some of you will come armed, a bigger felony. Who knows what other crimes could be provoked while you're in that situation. And again, I'm trying to think back here, but I think the reason any of you came was to free the Hammonds. Certainly not going to free the Hammonds if we're provoking the FBI, now are we? Listen for yourself.
Okay? You're in the thread. Does anyone want to join me? I will take my bullhorn and we'll go protest and go out in front of that freaking FBI compound. Is anybody here? I'm sick and tired.
Let's note that when Alex Jones tries to rile people up, and I've seen Alex Jones go to peaceful protest with the bullhorn and get everybody riled up, and then they end up doing things that they hadn't planned on doing that may compromise their freedom, you know, but...
Rid of this freaking crap. I want people in Harney County, okay, from everywhere to join me. I'll go there if I have to stand by myself. And I want to tell them to get the frig out of here. I'm sick and tired of it. We will not cower to your tyranny, you jackbooted thugs. We will surround you with unarmed people, and we will crush you with constitutionality. Who wants to join me out at the FBI compound?
No, you won't, Peter. Peter, just settle down.
Who wants to join me?
Peter.
Huh?
Peter, just settle down. You're not going to get all those people to surround the FBI. I mean, you can't get them all to come up there and visit you at the refuge, other than those couple of kids you showed the other day that we haven't been able to verify if they live there or not. But anyway, for the rest of you, look back on all the dots. If this is one of the first videos you've seen that I've presented about this, look at the playlist below. Go all the way back. There's 27 or 28 videos before this one that keeps pointing out these key facts that are going to do nothing more than harm the people of Harney County, true patriots, gun rights, land ownership, land control, mineral rights, water rights, control. That's all this is doing. It's violating the law based on a couple constitutional points, but the whole story doesn't flow. It doesn't work out. If you add up all the dots, This is a catastrophe born for destruction, born for your destruction. Now keep in mind, Pete Santilli takes orders from Ammon Bundy. You can catch up, point out clues throughout his videos where he said, Ammon told me to do this, and Ammon told me to do that, and Ammon wants this, and Ammon wants that. And when he's interviewing Ammon the other day, he makes sure that Ammon knows they're streaming, and then the video cuts out and goes to something different. So Ammon's calling the shots. Pete's propagating that, instigating that violent, overreactive type personality, right? Yeah, sure. Go stand in front of the feds while they're investigating the militia so that you can be identified as one of those people that are willing to go up against the Federal Bureau of Investigations. You know what? I would rather stay in the closet. I mean, if I were you, I've put myself out there in this manner, and that's fine. They can watch me. I want you all to speak. I don't want you to be scared to speak. But if you want to protest outside of the FBI office, the time to do that might have been back in November 5th, during the Million Mask March, although I didn't really endorse that. Or maybe form your own protest. Hey, the FBI is out of line. But the FBI is only there, Peter, because you're there. And I reiterate, the people of Harney County, I do want you to get together. I do want you to stand arm in arm and protest. And I want you to block the entrances and the exits of the refuge, to not allow mail, not allow media, not allow food, not allow communications. It's a one-way exit one time, and if you could do that, all these people would leave. And that's what it's going to take, okay? The people of Harney County, all those people he's trying to pull out of the woods, come on out of the woods. Stand at the gate. Stand there in shifts. Make sure that gate is protected all the time. You don't need any guns. None of these people are going to fire a shot. I assure you of that. This is a Psy-Op. Neither side can fire a shot, well, because they both have the same employer, first of all. And second of all, if anybody fires a shot there, they won't make it out of there in good circumstances. And that will show the rest of America just how violent and brutal your government is. But anyway, I sure hope you guys see what's going on, and I sure hope these messages that I send out are getting through to the people of Harney County. Reach out to me. I can help you organize down there and get that community together and be able to reach everybody, and I can do a lot of things to help you if you want my help. I don't know. And I know right now you're so spun out on avatars and people from the internet that you don't need any more outsiders. But I am only 5 hours away from you. And so anyway, check out the link below, connect some more of the dots, do your research. If I tell you something, I'm going to provide a link, and if there doesn't happen to be a link there for your question, put it in Google. Find out for yourself. It's really easy. You can do this. That's how I got here, by searching and asking the right questions and not accepting the first answer I was handed, no matter what my emotions were. That's the key point. Your emotions are being played to cause a reaction, not based on full fact. Most of what's being presented to you is reactionary stuff, stuff that'll make you mad, stuff that'll make you do something that you're told to do. But it's not you being fully informed and organized in one consistent manner that is within the boundary of the law that exists, so that you don't compromise your freedom that's being taken away. You see, there's a way to do this. You can beat this system, but it involves you all standing up, and it doesn't involve any of this. Paperwork, FOIA requests, research teams, lawsuits, restraining orders, injunction, subpoena, attorney, filings, documents, the whole thing. jury trials, lawsuits. That's what's going to win this, folks. It's not only going to win your battle, it's going to secure your future freedoms. Because if you can get manipulated by this kind of stuff, you're going to lose those freedoms. You could end up spending time in prison for trying to fix your problem rather than spending, donate 4 hours a week to a research team and pick a piece of legislation or a topic or something that you're going to fully research and then organize. Donate that time. Donate a few hours a week. All of you get together. Form your research teams. Form your legal teams. I can help with that. I'll refer you to Craig Kirk. His law classes are just really... nobody will beat you. Nobody will defeat you if you are a student of Craig Kirk. I assure you that. I assure you that. Some of you don't know that I was attacked I was ripped off through a small-time contractor who worked for a large corporation, and when I found out that he wasn't properly licensed and there were a lot of other stuff involved, I contacted the corporation that he worked for, and they promised to fix the debt and get back to me the next day, and then they ignored me. Well, I never got the $500, and evidently they lost over $90 million in HUD contracts and tried to initiate a lawsuit against me. Well, that didn't work either. So although I didn't get my $500, I'll tell you what, there aren't little kids handling asbestos now. There isn't a corporation ripping off HUD now. You have a lot of power, people. But this right here is playing on your emotions to get you to overreact. Pete Santilli is nothing more than the candy aisle just before you get to the register. That reaction, I have one of them. That, without thinking about it, it's not what you need. It's not any good for you. It'll satisfy you this minute, but you're going to have diabetes because you're going to do that every time. Same technique right here. Just a little different aspect. So, you know, and sometimes, guys, I'll just apologize for prior language because I get so upset. I have had enough. But I realize that, you know, some of that language is preventing you from sharing this information with certain audiences. And the children need to know. And the elder generation, they need to know. And the ones that are waking up and still have the energy to fight, well, they need to know. And so I'll do my best not to offend any of you, you know, but just give me a little slack when I see schmucks like this running around, living off poor people's donations to lead another group of poor individuals into utter destruction. You will hear some F words now and then. But anyway, much love, many thanks, and link to the playlist will be below, 27, 28 videos. Let me tell you something. If you even watch half of those videos and are not at least to the point where you're not going to trust this man or this group, then you really need to seek some counseling, maybe detox. If you're on any heavy medications, that might be the reason. Stop drinking fluoride. You know, there's something wrong. Because enough said. Much love. Link will be.
You got to put your